Our planet is a wonderful ball full of life. There's a plethora of creatures contained within it. Some are fast, some are scary, some are cute, and some are disturbing. But legends state that there's one animal unlike any other, because only one animal can be this fucking rad! We're playing Battletoads on this episode of Breaking My Sanity. So in case you aren't aware, Battletoads on the NES is known as one of the, if not the, hardest game on the console. It's one of those games that starts out easy enough, but after a couple of levels, the difficulty ramps up to 11. Most people that have played it literally have never made it past the 3rd level. And there's 9 more levels after that. So most people haven't seen 3/4 of the game. The main reason for that is on top of its brutal, raw difficulty, you have a limited number of lives and continues. No saving, no passwords. Game over, and you have to start over from the beginning. So actually beating the game requires an insane amount of dedication and muscle memory, a lot more than what most people are willing to commit to. With that in mind, the challenge today is pretty straightforward. Beat Battletoads. All 12 levels. No warps, no cheats, no bullshit. Those are really the only rules. But I will say that I am going to be using Rare Replay, which has Battletoads in it, to practice playing the game and the levels. Reason being is that it has save states and a rewind feature to expedite my practice. But again, it's for practice only. All of my actual challenge attempts will be on my OG NES. Alright, with that being said, the first thing I did was a practice run on Rare Replay while abusing the hell out of the rewind feature to get a feel for the game and its various levels, and let me just say that it was a rude awakening. Holy shit! I don't know how many times I died because I had infinite lives on, and I was spamming rewinds like frickin' crazy, but I know it was an easy 100 plus times, possibly a lot more than that. Point being, I have a long way to go. So knowing that I had to obviously practice the levels over and over and over, I'm gonna let my man Bootsy here be my guide and give me a general idea of how to go about completing the levels. I'm not following everything he says to a T, but it gives me a great starting point on how to go about taking on this monstrosity of a game. So, turns out the amount of practice that was necessary to get any sort of consistency down was roughly 2 to 4 hours or so per level, which was about exactly as much fun as it sounds. Not at all. Just because you're playing a video game doesn't mean you're gonna be having fun. Now that I got a full taste of the game, allow me to semi-briefly vent about some of the bullshit in this game. Because I thought this game was going to be mostly fair going in. But oh boy, was I wrong! This game is chock full of beginner's traps, bait and switches, and sucker punches. For example, everyone probably knows level 3 Turbo Tunnel, right? The most infamous level in the game? Well, turns out it's one of 3 levels that you ride vehicles on, assuming you count riding on a surfboard vehicle. But it turns out that Turbo Tunnel is actually by far the most fair of the 3. Because in Turbo Tunnel, it gives you a heads up about the incoming obstacles that instantly kill you if you hit them. Doesn't give you much of a heads up, but it does give you a heads up. And the pattern is always the same in every run. Compare that to level 7, Volkmeyer's Inferno. 2 sections of it are just 100% random. So there's no memorization and it's all pure get good. Then other sections are pure memorization with 0 warning about what's incoming, like this part. Obviously, you just go back 3, forward for 3, back 1, forward for 1. Because of course you would know to do that! But we're just getting started. You actually have a health bar in this game, but you usually forget that you have one at all because so much shit one-shots you. Spikes, dead. Falling in pits, dead. Hitting obstacles on level 3, 5, or 7, dead. Farts shot from walls, dead. This bird, dead. How about this robot? This squirrel on a surfboard? This red guy? This fucking rubber duck? Dead, 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 and fucking dead! Just... You get the idea yet? There's a lot of bullshit in Battletoads. God. After that, I really need a pick-me-up. And I think I know just the thing. Froggy, froggy, froggy. Shit! I'm gonna go catch me a Battletoad.
Oh shit! No, let's get out of here. I don't like this. Oh, I inhaled something.
Okay, now that I got that inventing out of my system, I can actually start my attempts. I will say, even after all of that practice, barely any of my runs on these levels are clean at all. But it should be good enough to at least start attempting the runs to see how I'll do. Because I know Battletoads doesn't pull any punches, because the minor amount of latency in an HD TV is too much for a game like Battletoads. So I had the joy of bringing this thing up a flight of stairs. Anyways, let's commence the runs. So we start out on level 1, Ragnarok's Canyon. This level's straightforward enough. Main thing to do here is to make sure you hit this one up, then beat the boss that's in second person. Neat. Level 2, Wookiee Hole. Outside of this level sounding like something that'd be very risky to Google with safe search off, this level isn't too bad either. It's actually one of the, if not the, best levels to get extra lives in. Hit a bird enough times with another bird's beak, because holy shit that's metal, in a row to gain a 1-up. Of course I biff that every single time and end up getting killed by a bird. Whatever. Level 3, the infamous Turbo Tunnel. I actually traversed this one like a pro and never died once. Like I said before, once you know what's going on, it's actually surprisingly fair. Zero death Turbo Tunnel. Zero death. Level 4, Arctic Cavern. This level turned out to actually be a total bitch. All I'm gonna say is ice-based physics with all these spikes is frickin' brutal, man! The icicle. Level 5, Surf City. Thankfully, this level isn't too bad, as long as you know how to handle the boss. Thank you, Bootsy. Main tricky part is towards the end when these mines start spawning in random patterns. Best way I've found to combat this is by doing some minor pause buffering in order to actually take in what's on screen, then react accordingly. Doing that didn't help me with this ramp though. How did I miss the ramp? Level 6, Karnath's Lair, aka Snake Pit. This one was a bitch and a half to learn, but it turned out my practice did not go to waste because 0 deaths, baby! Level 7, Volkmeyer's Inferno. As I've said earlier in this video, this level sucks. A lot. It starts off well enough until I take a beaver on a magic surfboard to the face. Then we get to the bullshit flying section. Section 1 goes by fine. Section 2 and 3 I complete by doing more pause buffering, because again, the patterns here are 100% random. And in all of my practice, I could never do all these sections reliably and consistently otherwise. If you dislike the fact that I did some problem solving and did pause buffering, which I figured out on my own, feel free to give a dislike and tell me how bad I am at Battletoads. I don't give a shit. So I get through the bullshit with my pro MLG pause buffering. Then I get to literally the last hurdle before the end of the level, and I'm like, no, I was too slow there. And that time I was trying to overcompensate. But thankfully Are you kidding me? This level sucks. Level 8, Intruder Excluder. This level's actually really easy, and I don't have problems here, and besides... But it could be going a lot worse. Could be going... Why do I say things? Yeah, just kidding. This level's actually annoying as hell. The good news is that I managed to get sucked off by my biggest fan. Yeah, that pun was terrible, and I would like to administer a formal apology. 10 cc's of apology for bad pun. Then I beat this incredibly annoying boss while only getting shot and or smashed twice. Which is pretty good, because this guy's a total pain in the ass. I only died twice. Level 9, Terratubes. Possibly the hardest level in the game. You start out by smashing some robots, then run really fast during this part. Swim. It's so stupid. Swim past some goldfish, electric eels, and sharks. Swim real quick or get killed by this wheel. Oh, I always hated this part. Okay, ignoring the pun. This part actually always sucks. Hold A. You have to mash A to swim up, but at the last second, you have to hold A to jump. Timing that final held A press is a lot trickier than one would think. Also, fuck this stupid rubber ducky! I don't know what it is, but I basically had zero problem with it in Rare Replay. But as soon as I got on the NES, how I even did that, I have no fucking idea. But I did eventually close it out. Level 10, Rat Race. Race multiple rats to the bottom before they can set off the bomb by running into it, thus killing you. You prevent that by deactivating the bomb before the rat gets to it by kicking it, which also instantly kills the rat. Somehow. I don't know. Anyways, the level goes by smoothly and I only died to the boss once at the end. Level 11, Clinger Winger. This one I knew was going to be rough no matter how much I practiced in Rare Replay, solely based on the fact that I was practicing on a modern TV and I'm playing on a tube TV now, and they have different amounts of latency. So yeah, because I wasn't sure of the timings, I died here quite a few times. Dead. Even used to continue here. Eventually, I did get it down though, and made it through to the end and beat the ever-living shit out of this orb. Level 12, The Revolution. The last level of Battletoads. Suffice to say, I was quite spooked. Nerves were definitely getting to me as I climbed up this monstrously high spire. I kill all the pig things. I don't know. Hold on to the poles to avoid getting blown off by either a flying head or something that's as tall as a frickin' colossal titan. Kill and avoided the clouds. Get to the top, and then here we are, the final boss. Dark Mistress. Basement Dominatrix. Spank me, mommy. But seriously, why did Rare make the final boss a literal dominatrix? Whatever, just... The fight began, and it was honestly the sloppiest fight I've ever had against her. She killed me. Then she killed me again. Now I'm getting worried. Killed again. Uh-oh. And again. Bootsy. Bootsy, I need your help. Bootsy. Bootsy, you have to help me!
And frankly, I don't care. Neither should you. Focus on the game.
Bootsy was right. I knew what I had to do. I punched Mommy one last time and she fell. And I actually did it. I freaking beat Battletoads. I don't know how obvious it was or not, but I did it on my first freaking attempt. I just beat Battletoads on my first try. What the hell? I had no idea I practiced that much. I thought it was gonna take me like 20 or something attempts. I don't even. Anyways, challenge done, I guess. Which means game broken! Woo. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how to feel about this one. I'm glad I was able to do it, but I really expected a bigger struggle than what I got. I don't know. At least I can say that I beat Battletoads now. By the way, for the non-believers, or just for those who are curious, I'll leave a link to the full run in the description and a pinned comment. If you have any other hard games you want me to try to beat, or any other gaming challenges, leave a comment and let me know. Well, that's Battletoads, I guess. Like, subscribe, and all that stupid YouTube shit. Thanks for watching.